Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have two guests with me. One,
I'm Sam.
And I'm Holly.
And if you are new here, then I am Carrie and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. In this video, as you probably already read, we are going to be talking about our rooming story, questions, what it's been like rooming together. So, first of all, we are going to start out by talking about like how we met / know each other, etc. If that makes sense. So, that's kind of the first question. We all went to high school together, and Holly was in the grade ahead of us, so we're the little youngins. And
Carrie's the baby.
I know I look like I'm 15, but I'm actually 22.
Yeah, Carrie's actually the baby.
yeah, I'm actually the little baby. But we really weren't even friends in high school. Sam and I were going to Marshall.
Yeah, we kind of like, I didn't even know I was going to end up at Marshall, and it just kind of worked out that way. My dad started as a youth pastor at their church, which is kind of how Carrie and I got to know each other. And then we weren't even friends in high school. Like, we ran in way separate groups. We knew of each other, but that was about it.
Yeah, we didn't really know each other.
Yeah, at all.
We just knew who each other were.
If that makes sense.
And like Holly and I were close on and off of high school.
Like, we would go through these weird spurts where we were like pretty close, and I remember times that I went to Carrie's house and I'm thinking, I look back and I'm like, were we even friends then? I guess we were.
It was like just this weird like times where we would hang out and get really close and then not. But it probably just was because we were in different grades.
Yeah.
Carrie and I were not friends until we moved into dorm rooms at Marshall. I mean,
yeah,
we were like associates because we had went to church together the last couple years of high school, but we weren't friends. Like, we didn't really go out to eat. We didn't go shopping. We didn't do any of that kind of stuff until we ended up, our parents actually talked about it, and Carrie was going to Marshall and really needed a roommate and didn't want a random one.
Yeah, so I like begged her.
We didn't really know each other very well, but we at least knew of each other, so at least we wouldn't be living with complete strangers. And then after about a week or so of living with each other, it just worked.
Yeah, we just were like really good roommates. And also, a little backstory, Sam and I were roommates for 2 years, just the two of us, and then we added this one.
I came along, and like how I said before, like Carrie and I were semi-friends in high school, like on and off, pretty close, but Sam and I were not.
No.
Like, I mean, we didn't hate each other, but we just, I didn't think that I would be friends with Sam.
And then she came to college, and I still didn't think we would be friends. And we clicked.
Yeah, like the three of us just became really close. Like, whenever I transferred, it just kind of, it worked out.
Yeah. And then we decided to get this apartment together. And now we are roommates. And that's why we're doing this video. Because I know a lot of people, like, think that best friends, like, can't room together. Because, like, for us, it's been different, and that's why, like, I have a set of like 8 questions, so I'm just going to ask them, and then we're each gonna like put our input on it, so you can see like each of our points of view, and I don't know, just things you could think about if you were going into college or rooming with your best friend at some point. So I guess we can go ahead. First, it's how long have we been rooming together? So we just started like living together this past year, so
August, like we've been living together as a trio since August, but like Carrie said earlier, we've been living together since August of 2016. So Carrie and I lived together where we actually shared like a room, 2 beds in the same room for 2 years, and now we each have our own bedrooms.
Yeah.
But we live as like a trio now.
Yeah, this is our first time living off campus.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and having like our own rooms, like loving that part.
And a kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we have like a lot of necessities. Anyway, the other question is living together what you expected it to be like.
Yeah, I don't think it's really much different than like I expected because Carrie and I had roomed together
Yeah.
before. It makes it so much better that like Holly's here now because she would literally stay in a room all the time anyway, so it's just nice to like all live in the same household now. But I don't think it's much different. It's exactly what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, same here. I mean, it works out. Like, we all get along pretty well, and there haven't really been any major surprises. Like Sam said, I was pretty much always in their room. Whenever they were in freshman dorms and like I first transferred here, I was in there so much that the people working the front desk thought that I just lived there. And I was like, oh no, I don't. Like, I live someplace else, so.
Yeah, that's that question. So the next question is, do we ever feel like we need time apart from each other? And I feel like yes, but that's like, I feel like I need alone time. Like, that's just like me as a person. Like, I need, you know, that little time in the day where I can be like by myself and like get things in order, like what I have to do and all of this stuff, and then friend time and like go out in the living room, or like all of us are just in the same area of the apartment and get to talk and like, so yeah, I feel like alone time's like good.
For me, it's definitely like whenever I'm stressed, like the same way with Carrie, like it's not even them. It's not them, it's me, really. But like whenever I get stressed, like I really don't want to be around people. And other times, like I love being around people, but whenever I have a lot going on, I just kind of like, you know, to like work in my room or, you know, just like close the door, have a couple minutes to myself. But other than that, no, like I love being around them,
Yeah.
so.
See, I'm the oddball out because I don't. I enjoy my time with Carrie and Holly, but where we have our own rooms now, we're able to like have our own time. So I guess on days when like you really do just need to be by yourself, and I know everybody has those days. Like they said, sometimes you just need your time.
Yeah, I just need moments.
Or
I don't
just
need
need to
days.
watch
Just
Netflix.
months.
Like,
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because
Days would be
Not
sad. Like I
days.
could not do days. I just need like
yeah.
5-10 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe an hour or two.
so I think our
So-
separate rooms help with that, kind
Yeah.
of getting time to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think everybody does need like moments where you just don't have to deal with someone else, especially if you're in a bad mood. Sometimes you don't want to like push that off onto like your girlfriends. So I'm a little different there because I like love being all up in our business all the time. Like I don't like to be alone.
Sam's very extroverted, so that explains some of that.
Yeah. So the next question is, have we ever felt like our grades have suffered from like living together? So kind of like if we like spend too much time together and our grades suffered. And like I don't think that I felt like that because like I know when I have to study, and I know if I need to study, then I probably should just go to the library to just like mark out that temptation of talking to my friends.
I don't think my grades have suffered. Actually, I think that living together has been kind of more helpful because I know like when Carrie took a class that she needed help in, I was able to sit and help her with it. I feel like their input's really nice sometimes when I have things to do. But I don't really think it's affected my grades. If anybody affects my grades, it's completely my fault, not theirs.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the same with me too. Like, you just gotta have that balance and like know when, you know, you need to like go to the library and focus, and when you can hang out. And I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe like I kind of struggle with that because I like doing everything. I hate saying no to doing anything. So sometimes they suffer, but like Sam said, it's usually my fault. It's not my friend's fault because
Right.
I'm the one that says that I can go do something. So.
Okay, so the next question, has it been hard or like harder to make new friends? Wow.
I don't think so. I mean, I make friends every year in classes because you need study buddies.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really affects our relationship because nobody really has rules about nobody being allowed in the house. Like, none of us really have
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
with that. And most of the time, we exit the house when we meet someone at the library
Yeah.
or...
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really affected my relationship.
Yeah.
making friends
Yeah,
with people.
I don't really think it's affected mine either, and especially like being in like an iTeams and everything, I feel like that opens up the doors like to meet, you know, some really great people and like make connections that way, and just like different things like classes and everything. So I mean, I don't really feel like it affects it either. So
Yeah, and like I don't think it's affected it along the lines of like going to school because as of now we each have separate majors, so like going to school, going to classes, we're interacting with different people. But like when we're all together, like if we're going to do something together, I think maybe it might affect us making friends because people, I think people are like, I don't know, and is intimidated like the right, like they just like see us as like 3 girls hanging out, so they're not gonna come up to us and talk to us. Like that makes sense. So that's the only like
we're too close to, which is definitely not
true. We all
true,
love making new friends,
Right.
so like no one should ever feel like that. But yeah. So the next one, do you hang out more that you live together? It's a big sometimes.
Yeah.
It
depends on the week.
I really don't think we hang out as much as we did because we are so busy, but I don't think it has to do with living together.
Right.
I think it has to do with being in junior year, going into senior year with like your clinicals and like all of your presentations and stuff. I just think we're so busy with school that we just, and our class schedules are so different. We're always in passing. And a lot of us have different stuff going on the weekends too, so I don't think we hang out as much as like we used to, but I don't think it's really also changed much either in like our relationships with each other.
Like I think like living together has made us closer even though we don't hang out as much. It's like weird.
And like if something like big happens, I mean, they're typically some of the first to hear about it always, and I mean, even if we weren't living together, they still would, but just having that connection, like they're the first people I see when I walk in the door. So, you know, definitely I would say we are just as close, if not closer in that way, and I do feel more connected because whenever I lived, you know, separated from them and everything, like, I mean, we were still super close, I saw them all the time, but I definitely feel closer now, so.
Yeah, and again, like, communication, obviously, is, like, everything, because, like, we have, like, a group chat, just, like, us 3, there's, like, if something big happens, we want each other to know, and, like, on the days we don't see each other, like, we just go back and forth from campus, like, we just send it in the chat, and we know.
That's how we make plans too. Like we went to the movies the other day and we try to work on everyone's schedules because our schedules are so crazy, and that's just kind of like, it is kind of like in passing. And
that is more of a struggle now that we're all growing up, and adulting is not always fun, but sometimes it is.
But I agree. I think we are a lot closer in the fact that like we do share like a living space, and you're right, you guys are the first people like I see when I get home.
Have you ever felt like living together has made you like missed out on new experiences throughout college?
I don't think so, because we do a lot of new experience stuff together. Like, you know, moving into college was something we did together. Starting BCN was something we did together. Going to movies on our own, like shopping for the first times on our own, like getting the apartment and furnishing it. Like, I don't think I've missed out on anything because we live together. I think we do a lot of things together. Like, I mean, Holly just got engaged this year and we got to be a part of that, and living together made that like so much easier to like get stuff together, and we were both together when we like found out the news. So I don't think it's caused me to miss out on anything. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, I feel basically the exact same way. I don't really feel like it's caused me to miss out on anything that I'd want to do, I can do with them. The only thing was, like how Carrie mentioned before, sometimes, like, you know, other people might think, like, since we're so close, that, you know, we wouldn't be open to, like, new people coming into the mix or experiencing things that way in, like, a bigger group. And so, in that case, you know, it might be true, but it's not, like, how I personally feel. It's just, you know, we are, like, open to that, but sometimes people might think we aren't because we're so close, so.
Yeah. Because I feel like the same way. I don't think we've missed out on anything, like, because we just do. We do a lot of stuff, like, together and apart. So, like, it's just college. It's just busy in life. So.
And we do a lot of things as, like, twos, too, sometimes. Like, when one can't go or one's busy, or, like, we do a lot of stuff like that, too. So I don't really think anything that, like, we've missed out on was our fault, not the girls'.
Yeah.
So now it's a little, like, a fun question. It's our favorite memory while we have lived together. And I know mine.
I do not know mine. You have to give me a minute.
Okay. Well, my favorite is whenever they planned my engagement party. I was like trying to think of what it was called, but it was so much fun, and like leading up to it too. they like were there whenever Jesse proposed to me and like did the little setup in advance. Like, if it weren't for them, like, I might not have gotten engaged the day that I did because it was very spur of the moment. But then, like, planning the whole party and everything, like, that just was so much fun and just, like, experiencing all that. So that would definitely be my favorite memory.
And that actually was mine too.
I thought that it might be.
Because we just, like, had a big party and we invited all these people and we had so much food.
Oh, so much fun.
Yes.
And we decorated, and it was just a lot of fun.
That was
There's
our
little
first house
pictures of
party.
Jesse and I like hanging
Yeah.
from the ceiling on like balloons and everything. Like,
And
that was so
also,
cute.
if you want to see the party, there's actually a video on
we
my
vlogged
YouTube. We vlogged it.
We did.
So I will link it below if you guys want to watch that one too. But Sam, what was yours?
I don't know. I don't know. I think my favorite memory, I don't really have just one. I like all the times we throw house parties because we throw lots of birthday parties here. And like we threw one for Grant, which was so fun. It was
Oh, yeah.
office themed. And we threw like Holly's engagement party, which was OMG so much fun before. And then getting ready for Holly's engagement was really fun. Like they threw me a birthday party. We threw Carrie a birthday party. We've thrown Jesse a birthday party. Holly's birthday's in the summer, so we haven't done that yet. But like, I just enjoy like our little house parties because we always have really good food and it's just really fun to be together. So I enjoy our little house parties.
So that was like all of the major questions. So yeah, that was like the major questions that I came up with and thought that would be like valuable to you guys as viewers. If you have like any other questions and want us to do a part 2, then just comment them below and we would love to do a part 2.
Remember that you can room with your best friends and not end up hating each other. We've
Yeah,
done a
that is
really good
possible.
job.
Yes.
Like it really is. None of us, like that we said earlier, I think it's made us closer as friends. And none of us hate each other yet. So like, it's
Yeah, knock on wood. We'll
it's
see.
still
Maybe
going
next
really
week.
well.
We just have a lot of exciting memories and yeah, we don't have really any awful experiences like the horror stories that you hear, and we also have like a lot of exciting things in our future. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel because I'm sure I will post more about our future fun stuff like weddings. So yeah, that is it. Do you guys have any other comments?
Subscribe to Carrie's
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
Thumbs up and subscribe.
Subscribe.